All right, so in this video, what I'm going to be doing for my meal is I'm going to be making chicken in the air fryer. But a key ingredient to making good chicken that has like flavor the whole way through is to brine it. Before I used to brine the meat, you'd only get the seasoning on like the outer layer or the skin. And once you get done with the skin, there's no more like flavor in the chicken. So what I'm going to be doing is just making a quick brine. And the brine, I'm going to use hot water to start with. And so it's just 2 cups of hot water, and then use 2 tablespoons of iodized salt. You can use kosher salt, but you'd be using, I think, less if you're using kosher salt. So this is just iodized salt, and put some sugar in there. And I know some people may be like, "Why are you putting sugar in chicken?" Well, it kind of balances out the saltiness, so it's not just all a salty flavor, but it also helps with some of the browning of the chicken, like the caramelization of the chicken. So uh, those are like the two most crucial ingredients. But I also like to use some onion powder in there and just give my chicken some of that onion flavor. Some garlic powder, and a little goes a long way, so I'm not going to overdo it with the garlic. Definitely like some peppery chicken, put some pepper, and go to with preference. I would start with half a tablespoon if you're not a big fan of that seasoning. I just kind of go by I've just done this so many times. I kind of know where to start and stop pouring the seasonings. But if you want later, you can add a little bit more seasoning. You probably don't want to add salt later, but any of these other non-salt seasonings, you can add more when you're about to put it into the air fryer. So what I'll do is, again, start with some hot water, about 2 cups. Altogether, you need 4 cups in the brine, but I like to start with 2 cups of hot water, just, tap hot water. And then after that, what I'll do is I will put 2 more cups of some very icy water. You don't want the brine warm when you put the chicken in, you want it cold. So I make it hot to dissolve all of the seasonings. And then once they're all dissolved, I kind of see a little bit here. And then once it's all dissolved, you just go ahead and you add the cold water to that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and get right back to you. All right, so now I'm going to put my ice water in there. I got about 2 cups of water, and then I just kind of topped it off with some ice. I'm going to pour this in here, and if I see that it's still too warm, I can just add a little bit more ice. But you want to make sure you get those 2 cups of water in there so that it balances out like the salt, and the salt isn't, or dilutes the saltiness, so you don't make it too salty. All right, and then just kind of stir these around. Wait for the ice to melt, and then just kind of feel the brine and make sure that it's not warm. All right, so feeling the brine, that's actually pretty cool. And then if your chicken's like really cold, bring the temperature down. But again, you don't want it warm, you want it cool or cold, and everything's dissolved. All the ice is pretty much melted. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and put my chicken in there and just fill this bowl up with chicken. If you see that there's not enough brine covering your chicken, then just double the recipe. I went with 4 cups of water, and then 2 tablespoons of sugar and 2 tablespoons of salt. So again, you just go ahead and double that. And then what I'm going to do is leave these in the fridge for 4 hours. And then at the 4 hour mark, I'm going to take them out. Make sure you don't leave it longer than that, because then they'll get a lot saltier than it needs to be. And then when you do that, when you're going to take it, maybe give yourself some more time after the 4 hour mark, because what you want to do too is take them out of the brine and just kind of let them sit out in your fridge. On like a plate or something, maybe a cooling rack, so that it dries out, because you don't want wet chicken going into the air fryer. The more dried out it is, and when it comes out, you can pat it dry. But the more dry it is when you put it in the air fryer, the crispier the skin will be. And so again, I'm going to fill this up with the chicken, put it in the fridge for about 4 hours, and then let it air dry for at least 20 minutes. But you can even leave it overnight in the fridge if you want. All right, so the chicken has been sitting in the brine for about 4 hours, and after the 4 hours, I left it in the fridge overnight. So that's why it looks like really dried out right here, which is what you want. You really don't want wet, soaking wet chicken, right? You want it dry, because dry chicken equals crispy skin, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to drizzle it in oil, and just kind of like rub that in there. And this is so it doesn't stick at first, like initially, but also to give it a crispiness. And because it's got the skin, like this will actually create its own like fats will start melting in the air fryer and it'll prevent it from sticking. But I'm going to go ahead and dab that because again, we want it as dry as possible. And then I'm going to drizzle this backside with some oil. Not too much. Like I said, just a drizzle and then just kind of rub it in there. And so making sure not to use the hand that has the chicken on it. What I'm going to do is just add a few more seasonings. And you don't want to add the seasoning, anything with salt in it, because it's already been sitting in the salty brine. And so, any other seasoning that you like without going overboard with the salt. So that's pepper. This is some garlic with some herbs in it and some onion powder. Did I do this already? I don't think so. And then just a little bit of smoked paprika, not too much. Just kind of rub it in there. And so I think I mentioned this or may not have. These are bone-in chicken thighs. And so sometimes we'll do drumsticks. Drumsticks are pretty low maintenance too. Just brine them, season them, throw them in the air fryer. And so let me go ahead and go in about the same order I did last time. You can go whatever order. It's just I don't know why I always like to kind of do the same order every time. Some onion powder, and a little bit of paprika. I just kind of rub that in there. And so I've been preheating the air fryer at 380. It's been about 5 minutes that it's been preheating. And when I put this in, I'm going to start with the chicken skin side down. And then later we'll flip it and we'll end it with the skin side up. But for now, this is what we're going to do is just put the chicken in the air fryer. You don't want to overcrowd it, so I'm just going to go with 4. And you kind of want that sizzle sound. That's how you know that it's been preheated. Might be a little bit crowded. We'll see how this goes. But try to space them out evenly. And so that's kind of what it looks like before we put it in the air fryer. And then just going to put it in there. It's going to be in here for about 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put 24 minutes on here. And then for the last 6 minutes, I'm going to crank it up to 400 degrees. But for now, we're going to go ahead and do 24 minutes. At the halfway mark, so about the 12-minute mark, I'm going to flip them to be skin side up. And then we'll finish them that way. All right, so we're getting close to that 12-minute mark, so I'm just going to go ahead and flip the chicken. The other air fryer I have, so you kind of see it's starting to get some color. The other air fryer I have cooks it a little bit slower, so it all depends on what I was going to say. Though is the other one tells me when it's a halfway mark to flip it. This one doesn't. You're supposed to cook it on one side the whole way through, but I feel like even though you're supposed to leave it that way, it cooks better when you flip it. And so this one you just manually have to keep track of the time. And so again, at the halfway mark, we flipped it, and towards the last 5 minutes or so, I'm gonna check it out, see how it's doing. And at the last few minutes, I like to crank it up to 400 just to kind of brown it, toast it a little bit more. So right now we're going to leave this. While this is cooking, I'm actually making some rice-a-roni and some steamed broccoli. That's what I'm having for lunch today. So I'll just kind of show you what that looks like at the end. But for now, we'll let the chicken cook for a little bit more. All right, so we're getting down to the minute mark. I checked it earlier and it looked like it was doing well. So I'm actually not going to crank it up to 400 just because it seems like it probably over crisp it that way. And it looks like it's at a pretty good level. I actually checked it with a temperature probe. You want to make sure if you want the chicken to kind of be falling off the bone, usually about 175 to 180. It's done before that. Like I think at 165 is when the chicken should be good. But when you're dealing with like dark meat like this thigh, then the longer you leave it, it won't dry out, especially because we brined it. You have more of that like a buffer before it dries out. And so at this point, you want it to get to that heat just so the fat starts kind of melting and your chicken is falling apart, right? Don't go too far past that because it'll dry out. But again, brining chicken makes it juicier and it helps prevent the chicken from drying out, right? So here we go. Here's a moment of truth. Let me just go ahead. Yeah, so that's how I like my chicken, nice and crispy. It's cooked internally. The temperature is where it should be. It was hitting about 180 at 3 when I pulled out the temperature probe. So yeah, this is what the chicken looks like coming out of the air fryer. Now let me just go ahead and plate it and show it to you one more time. So this is a plate right here. Here's the chicken. Here's the, and you can kind of hear the crispy chicken skin. Here is a rice-a-roni and the steamable broccoli. Let me just go ahead and cut into this. And you can kind of see the juice over here. So it's definitely juicy chicken and definitely cooked all the way through and definitely crispy. So yeah, these are air fried bone in chicken thighs and then just whipped up some rice-a-roni and some steamable broccoli. And that's what I'm going to be having for lunch today.